I'm Redskin. I'm Redskin from Tulalip, right up the road, coastal Indian. Burned the block in Seattle. That's where I think I read into hip hop in probably, I want to say 1983 or 84, Wild Style. As a young cat, saw Wild Style on Betamax. Sky Wars right after that, and I think from then on it was just a bug. And I think that's what everybody in hip hop has, it's a bug. Once you get bit by this, you just can't. It'd be easier it's easier to keep going than it is to quit. And I think that's the one thing that really branches all of us here, through hip hop, is that it's a necessity. It sees no color. Like once you get bit by hip hop, you get up every morning and you're in the mirror like, yo, I'm at my freshest if you're a b-boy or you're an MC or a producer. And I think that's, for me, as my people, I wanted to bring my nephews and let them sing today for you, but unfortunately we had some family situations. But Wyatt asked me to explain the differences or what hip hop means to us, and it's just a part of my step. And I do the coastal journeys every year. I pull canoe, I powwow in the winter with my people, and at the same time I sweat, and I can go in the studio with the Jake One and make a record. I can run into these guys in New York City, I can run into them in LA. I've took the Reds everywhere with me. I think as it starts to manifest now, Seattle itself is a coastal, the Seahawk is a coastal piece, Chief Seattle, it's named after us. So what I'm trying to do for hip hop, and I don't want to waste a bunch of time, but one of the things I like to say that I'm trying to do is, Seattle had a huge movement in the early 90s with classic music with Cobain, Vedder, Cornell, Mother Love Bone, Green River, all these rock things that happened. And these incredible artists that came out of here are parallel to who we are as hip hop artists. And I think that's what we're about to do in Seattle, as we're about to let everybody know that Seattle is a melting pot. It's a big salad bowl. And you got, Jake's paved the way for producers, and it doesn't even matter of color. Like, he's on top of the game. You can go anywhere in the, I'm fortunate enough that he's my friend, so I drop his name everywhere I go. Like, even if I did a record with him 15 years ago, I got Jake One on my album right now. I tell everyone, and it's cool to see that through the years we've all grown up. We got children. Now, I did a show with, I was telling my boys the other day, 5 years ago, I was in the streets heavy and did a show with Y King, a Dead Press show over here, and my little boy was with me when I came out, and that's how we branch this. We continue to just pass this on to our youth. That's what my culture is. My culture, there's no history written in books. It's communication through the drum, through the stories, through the voice, and that's what hip hop is. That's what the cipher is. It started with guys on the corner just busting raps. Like Jake's been in our crib back in the day with Candid, E-Cage, Black, Vitamin, and all them, and we was rocking Jake One cassette tape ciphers. And that's what hip hop is, Now you can go in his house and you can see 10 platinum records, and you can see platinum records that my buddy did with him, an Asian kid, and that just shows the branching out from it, and that's what it is, it's not, as you guys all start to grow, it's not about how, I bang heads with anybody in the city, and it doesn't go down that way. Like, it's really, hip hop is our outlet for our youth. Just make sure you embrace it, because they can take it away from us at any time. And that's that. We don't, that's just like your freedom. And I don't think we, as hip hop, it's our job to lead and keep letting these kids know. Like Coop's little boy right now, I'm not sure what his name is, but he's killing the city. And that's, if you look at his mother and his father, they're just products of hip hop. Coop is as hip hop as it gets. If anybody doesn't know Coop, he'd cut you the tightest fade in the city, but then he's at every show, pays to get in. And that's what it is, man. Don't take it for granted. Pay the artists, go to the shows, pay your ways, pay your producers. If you're gonna get in this game, don't take it for granted, because it's putting food on the table for kids. I paid all these guys. Anybody I've ever worked with, I paid my way to it. And that's why I'm still able to call them up and say, now if I'm down and out, I can say, hey Jake, I need help. And they can look back to those days and be like, beats nothing. Same with Vitamin, just in general. And hip hop, that's what it is. It's started with the struggle, and it's a handshake. And that's what it will forever be, is struggle and a handshake. So I'm redskin from the reservation. I think that's what hip hop did for me.